by Memphis coach Mike Norvell. The Tigers are 4-0 overall, 1-0 in the American Athletic Conference. Memphis was in action last Thursday against Navy. Memphis won the game 35-23. Up next for the Tigers, they'll be on the road this week at Louisiana Monroe. The game will be Saturday at 3:45 Eastern, 2:45 Central on ESPNU. And again, as we mentioned at the top of the call, Gabriel Rogers, Memphis return specialist, has been named as the American Special Teams Player of the Week. Coach, thanks so much for joining us on the call. If we just get your thoughts on the conference opening win against Navy, maybe a word or two about Gabriel's performance in that kickoff return that got you guys started, and we expect to see as you return to the road this week to face Louisiana Monroe.
Yeah, excited about opening up conference play 1-0, especially against a Navy team that I think is a really good football team. And they did a good job. They came out, got off to a fast start. Our guys had to show a response. Didn't play to the best of our ability, I don't believe, early. Had a turnover in the red zone. Had some missed opportunities throughout the first half. But the thing we've challenged our guys with throughout this season is to show a response and to make sure that we finish games, that we control the things that we can control. And I thought overall as a football team, it's something that we've improved on. We've shown that multiple times throughout the first third of the season, and it showed up again last Thursday. But I was really proud of our team. Obviously the kickoff return was a huge play in the game. We went down 20-7. Needed a momentum boost, and our special teams unit and Gabe and our kickoff return group did a great job of doing that. We got a lot of confidence in our guys and what we're asking them to do there, in all the special teams units, and they're showing up big throughout the early part of the season. That's something that's definitely got to continue.
We'll take questions for Coach Mike Norvell, please. Star 1 on your telephone keypad will put you in the queue, and the operator will introduce you.
Our first question comes from Brian Moss of TriggerSportsReport.com. Please go ahead.
Hey, Coach, congratulations on being 4-0. Looking back at last week's game, was there any halftime adjustments that you made, or was it just the fact that the kids started to calm down and actually do what you told them to do?
Oh, there's always adjustments that are made throughout the game. The actual halftime adjustments is sometimes that gets blown out of proportion. We're adjusting between every series. The one thing about halftime is you get a chance to look everybody in the eye at one moment. And my message to the team was just to calm down and play within yourselves. And our defense was forced to play a lot of snaps in the first half. I think they had close to 50 snaps due to the one play touchdown. In the offense on the very first play, offensively, and then the kickoff return for a touchdown, it forces more plays defensively, and Navy did a good job of extending some drives, there in the first half. So, offensively, we really struggled to find a rhythm there, in the early part, and then we made some critical mistakes, and so our message to the team was just to settle in, continue to trust the plan that we had, continue to play within themselves, eliminate some of the self-inflicted, mistakes that we had made, and go out there and play 30 more minutes. And I thought our guys did a great job. There were adjustments throughout the game that I think helped us, but it wasn't all just there at the halftime in the halftime break. But it was definitely. I thought our guys did a great job transitioning from the first half to the second half, and played hard for 60 minutes.
If you could, on the defensive side, Sanchez Blake, he seems to be coming on strong. Every single game he's improving. You could talk about his game for a minute.
Yeah, Sanchez is somebody, coming into the season, we had high expectations for. We're really excited about what he had shown through spring ball and, even jumping into fall camp, and just to see his confidence level grow. He plays fast. He had a couple of plays even from the backside, running across the field on the option with the extended pitch where he really flashed, and that's something I've been really pleased with what I've seen from him. He's a sure tackler. He's extremely hard worker, and he's growing each and every week with his overall understanding. And like I said, confidence level, and that's allowing him to take his game to another level. So, we're excited about what we've seen, but still want to see more.
All right, appreciate your time.
Thank you.
And do you have other questions for Coach Mike Norvell? Star 1 on your telephone keypad, if so. While we wait, I'll ask you if, on your defense generally, I mean, particularly in the second half, obviously the way the game was playing in the first half doesn't necessarily lend itself to a strong second half performance on defense with as much as you guys are on the field, but you seem to be the much more physical team later in the game than you were early on. Does that speak to the identity of your defense that you'd seen all year, or did you learn anything about your defense in that game that maybe you didn't already know?
Yeah, I think it all plays together. Offensively, we were able to put together some drives and, allow those guys not to have to be on the field as much. I think your defensively, you saw you were able to force a couple 3-and-outs, created some negative plays. Put Navy in some longer yardage situations, which is something that we wanted to do. And yeah, I mean, no question, our guys they played with a great deal of passion and effort. We want to be a team that's known for how we finish. I think that's our guys have a lot of confidence in their training and in the preparation they put into it. So for that to show up in a game where things weren't going well for us early, it shows a little bit of the maturity that we have on this team and the leadership that's starting to emerge.
Thank you, Coach. Do we have any final questions again for Coach Norvell? Star 1 on your telephone keypad. Coach, appreciate you giving us a few minutes this afternoon. Look forward to talking to you once again next Monday.